ਇਹ ਸਪਿਰਚੁਅਲ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ AMC ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ 6045076666 ਤੇ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ। Once again welcome back to the program। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਾਈ ਹਰਿਨਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਵਿਸ਼ਾ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਵਾਟ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਪਰਪਸ ਇਨ ਲਾਈਫ। ਭਈ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਮਾਨਵ ਦੇਹੁਰੀਆ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਮਿਲਣ ਕੀ ਇਹ ਤੇਰੀ ਬਰੀਆ ਅਵਰ ਕਾਜ ਤੇਰੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਾਮ ਮਿਲ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਭਜ ਕੇਵਲ ਨਾਮ। ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਕੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਸਕ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ? ਕੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਵਿਅਰਥ ਆਪਣਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਗਵਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਵਾਕਿਆ 'ਚ ਹੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ? ਆਓ ਇਸ ਵਿਸ਼ੇ ਤੇ ਕੁਝ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਭਾਈ ਹਰਿਨਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਤੋਂ। ਵੈਲਕਮ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ।
It's been openly said to us that the purpose of our life is to remember God, and that is what Guru Sahib tells us. But probably we have forgotten that, and we are endlessly focusing on various other pursuits. Of course, they are a part of life, and because Guru Sahib has given us the Grist Jeevan, we have to do those things also. So with your experience, tell us today that how to realize that purpose of life, how to understand why we are here, and how to continue on that path.
Well, that's a big question, G. Thank you for asking. You know, I can only share really my own truth in that and how I was searching in my life at a young age for wanting to find truth, wanting to find. I always had a relationship to God. I mean, I remember even at 5, 6 years old, I would talk to God. I didn't know what that God was, but something inside of me brought that out. And that continues to this day, of course. So I knew at a young age, by 13, 14 years old, that I wasn't being given the truth. Right. And that really started my journey, and then within 10 years I found myself in the presence of the Guru. And I realized that to find that, God had to start with me. To find that devotion had to begin with my own trust within myself. We have to learn how to have trust in ourselves. We want to love everybody, but we don't want to love ourselves. All the kids come to me, they say, oh, by somebody, will I find a soulmate? I said, let's find your soul first, and then we'll talk about a mate, right? You know, find yourself.
Right.
Guru's teachings are not external. Guru's teachings are internal. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, look inside and change what you are. We are so afraid of change, right? We are so afraid to make a change in our lives that it stunts our growth. And it stops our future, and it affects our prosperity. I have a simple philosophy. Either you change as these times are changing, or the times are going to change you. You're not going to have a choice.
Okay.
Guru teaches us to be ahead, right? If you're conscious and devoted at the feet of the Guru and trust in Guru's teaching, you will be ahead of the times because you'll know what's coming. Guru teaches us, and it gives us that capacity of mental capacity, because Gurbani increases the intuitive capacity of a human being, and we have nothing if we don't have intuition.
Right.
Intuition is given to us to understand. Guru says 3 things: know the unknown, see the unseen, and hear the unheard.
Right.
This is in Gurbani. So how do we achieve that? We achieve that through a daily practice that stimulates through Pad, through Bani, through Simran, that stimulates the mind to open up those channels which are seldom used. What do they say? We use 10% of our brain, I don't know, 20%.
Yeah.
Good Bani opens, you can do 40, 50, even more % of your brain function, activity, intelligence, intuition.
Right.
Everything is raised through the power of Good Bani. I don't know anything, but I know everything, but I know nothing, but I know everything.
Absolutely.
Because I don't know anything. And as long as Shunya, you become 0 with that, right? Shunya. And then you know everything, but you know nothing.
Nothing.
I don't know anything, no, but I know everything.
Right.
Right? What is that concept? That is that understanding that when you can raise the vibration within yourself, we're not just a physical body. We have an auric field. We've got energies. We feel things. We sense things. Somebody's walking up to us. Oh, somebody. We walk. I don't like that person, right? That vibration. Oh, I really connect with you. You know, we have this way because a human being has that urge to want to merge together.
Right.
We want to be in marriages. We want to merge and that together and have friendships. And we want to belong somewhere. We have a longing in our heart to belong somewhere.
Right.
We have Sangat, we have committee organizations, because we're social beings. And when we work from that sense of understanding of intuition and trust within ourselves, then miracles can happen. I don't believe in miracles, I just rely on them, but we don't believe in miracles.
Right.
But we rely on them to happen,
Yeah.
right? Because when you open those channels of your own experience and can share that channel of own experiences,
Right.
you know, wherever I go, people stop me, not just from our Sikh faith. I shop in the store, I'm just looking to buy bananas, and everybody walks by smiling at me. I said, why is everybody smiling at me?
Because you're at that frequency where you're radiating that.
I don't know, but everybody smiles.
Right.
You know? They smiled again, right?
Right.
If we understand that when we live in that spirit, people become attracted
Right.
to us. And when we're confident within ourselves, then we don't put up those obstacles to our growth.
Right.
And as soon as we put those obstacles, and that's what I loved about Guru's teachings. Guru Nanak said, there's nothing, you don't need to find somebody to take you to that experience.
Right.
You can have that experience. And he gave the science, the technology of how to achieve that experience, which we have today and shall continue for generations.
Right. Well, the irony is what you're talking is being propagated today in the Western sphere also in the form of Dr. Wayne Dyer or
absolutely.
Deepak Chopra or Oprah.
Absolutely.
Irony is I'm willing to pay money and go there and listen and try to imbibe that, but the wealth I have with me, I am just, kind of saluting that, that's all. I think people like you need to come forward and start writing on these issues. Of course, you have been talking for this for a long period. But don't you think the time has come that now we as Sikhs need to come forward and talk about this? Because ultimately, what you are saying is being talked by them also. That's become a multi-billion-dollar industry today of self-help and self-help books.
Multi-billion.
So now the point is that as Sikhs, what do you feel? How should we start working on these issues, and especially the younger generation? Because ultimately, we are here for a short period and we have to continue this legacy. But we have to come out of that cocoon now. Because if we remain confined to that cocoon, probably our message will be lost within ourselves only. How do you feel? And again, a request to you that while you are doing your best to spread this message, are you also planning that in the form of books and other things, these things should come forward?
Well, of course, but we don't have the funding right now. We do so much of the seva. One day I was talking to Deepak Chopra. And he said to me, you know what? He said, you have he said, because he knows our teachings. He said, in the City Guru Granth, you have everything.
Right.
He said, I only took one part. He took one part, became multimillionaire. He said, you have everything in there, but we're not sharing it. And I do a lot of that. Yes, do I want to increase that? Of course. Do we need the support to do that? Absolutely.
Right.
Hanji, we need that support. We want that support. And we're traveling the world now, and I'm going out wherever we're invited, and we want to increase that wherever I can go to spread that, and my presence is felt now around the world, and it built the respect through the seva.
Absolutely. With due regards, yes, we should contribute to the Gurdwaras, but I think this knowledge which needs to be disseminated also needs to be looked into by the people, that programs or books of these kinds should come forward, and it is only going to happen with the funding of the public, because the concept of Daswand is not just doing a langar or doing an akhand part. We have to come out of that thinking. And here, like Hay House, that's become a center for spiritual books. And why not? Why can't we get our books published over there if the Sangat supports us?
If we have thousands of my lectures which haven't been published yet.
Right.
If anyone is interested in coming forward, they can reach us through charitikalasiksangat.com. If they have ideas, they want to talk to us.
Right.
So that, and if they want to provide some funding, what information, what knowledge can we spread? We're very open to that.
Right. One of the reasons, particularly for you, as you said, you were yearning for something, and from young age onwards, you were looking for something, and that brought you into Sikhism. And probably one of the reasons was the myths which are being propagated. Well, people who believe, they are most welcome to believe in those. But as Sikhs also, what we are finding out today is that myths are being propagated in Sikhism also. So Harinam Singh ji, what do you feel, how to come out of that concept and get aligned with the real message of Guru Granth Sahib?
That's going to take work. Again, our egos, our vested interests, our need for control, and this is what's happened, and the male dominance. This is what's happened in the tradition over these past, 50, 100 years. But times are going to change, because our young people want something different.
Right.
Our young men and women in our Sikh foundations, They want to follow the teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. They want the equality. They want to understand that we have to come to unity. As long as we don't have the unity within our Sangat, it dilutes our message.
Right.
And when different messages are coming out in different factions, the world sees that we're isolated.
Right.
You know, I've tried to break it out, right, into the general population. You know, we broadcast 20 years with Insight into Sikhism, first in the world, and program it strictly in English on Sikhism.
Right.
And we reached millions of people through that outside of our faith to teach, and we would get emails, we've never thought the Sikh religion was so beautiful, and you know, from so many people. So we have to be able to go out and reach out. Now is the time to reach out and teach out and bring unity. When I lecture in all the Gurdwaras, I talk about our Sangats having to find that unity, having to bring it to our children. We're all one people, we're all the same destination at the feet of the Guru.
Right.
But because there's such egos, vested interests, control issues, money issues, all those things that we know of, and you know, Guru Nanak Dev Ji said no caste. What did we do? We got every caste again, right? One against the other, this and that. That kind of infighting, until we can stop the infighting, we're not going to be able to carry a unified message outside.
Right.
And that is a priority, and our younger people want that, and new committees will come in, because when us graybeards are gone, you know, the new younger generation has to take over, and they want something different.
Right. In the Western world, where Sikhs are thriving in a big numbers, you know, and successful in all aspects, we can talk. But here also we still find that whatever the diaspora, because we are an extension of the diaspora, what happens in Punjab is an extension over here. So that has a great impact on our thinking
Yes,
also.
definitely.
While people like you are trying to bring about that change, but still a lot needs to be done. But one aspect is, while reading books, many books, we find that meditate, the superpowers, what you talk, meditation is the buzzword today in the Western world.
Yes.
Believing and intuition, these are the three things. If we start working on those, definitely we'll grow. So to grow ourselves, what other things, Paisa, we need to start off with? As you said, trust is one aspect, but along with that, what all can be done by which we can reach that state where we also can contribute back?
You know, as you say, the trust issue and believing, you know, really truthfully believing
Right.
in what Guru says, and be guided by that Hukamnama truly.
Right.
You know, read the Hukamnama, understand it. What is Guru's message today? Read that to understand and how to live it. This is a way of life. Guru Nanak Dev Ji gave us a way of living. He didn't go to create a religion.
Right.
He wanted to give people a way of life that they could reach the highest unity and consciousness within themselves. And that is the thrust of my mission, is to help people reach that through our teachings. And through the lectures, and maybe God willing, we will get some support for the books and things, to show people a simple truth that was taught by our Gurus, given the technology and science to live it, and become a living practice of those teachings.
Definitely, with so much of belief what you have, definitely this will also fructify one day. Definitely it will happen. Along with this, you're organizing camps also now.
Yes.
So I'd like to just touch a few minutes on this particular aspect. Whatever we talk, you try to demonstrate that in the form of camps. From August 25th to 27th in Mission, you're organizing this camp. Tell us a little bit about it and who can enroll in this.
See, everyone is welcome. It's through our Sangat, Charity Sikh Sangat. We want, you know, we're just open to have everyone. We have at the camp, which is the 25th of August to 27th, we have not just from our Sangat coming, but we have Canadian people coming. And we want to create that feeling of unity. There'll be programs, evening and morning programs in the Darbar, and then in between we'll have some workshops on topical things, how to raise our children, you know, how to be together, how to communicate, and as well some fun activities. And it gives the opportunity for Sangat and others to relax, to be in an environment where they don't have to feel the pressure, and give the opportunity to answer the questions. I'll be doing a 2-hour question and answer, whatever anybody wants to ask. And there'll be other panels like similar to that.
Right.
As well as joyful things. And then also, you know, my work here, when we come, we have different programs. They can connect to us through charitykalasikhsangat.com, through our Facebook page, Harinam Singh Khalsa Canada. We have my schedule posted. We have Simran activities. Everyone's invited to come. We have other Sangat gatherings. I teach classes. So there's a lot that more and more Sangat are plugging into with us.
Great.
Because, you know, it's Charity Sikh Sangat, We want no politics. We want just to teach the teachings, enjoy them, and prosper in life.
Wonderful, sir. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank
Always
you.
my privilege.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ
ਖਾਲਸਾ,
ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਸੋ ਅੱਜ ਜੋ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ, ਪਰਪਸ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਡਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਣ ਦਾ, ਇਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੈ ਸਮਝ ਪਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਕਿ ਸਮਝਣ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਰਿਵਰਤਨ ਲਿਆ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੀ ਟਾਕਸ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਝਲਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਟਰਸਟ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਅਥਾਹ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ, ਆਪਣੇ ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ, ਤੇ ਉਹੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਰਾਈਵ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲਸ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਕਿ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਹਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਰੱਬ ਵੇਖਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਯਕੀਨਨ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਗਲਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਸੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਰਪਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਥਿਰਕਾਂਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਹੀ ਰਸਤੇ 'ਤੇ ਹੀ ਤੁਰਾਂਗੇ। ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਰ ਮੈਂ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ $multi-billion ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀ ਬਣ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਥਰਸ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸੈਲਫ ਹੈਲਪ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਲਿਖ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਮੋਟੀਵੇਸ਼ਨਲ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਤੇ ਅਥਾਹ ਸਮੁੰਦਰ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਪਰਲਸ ਆਫ ਵਿਜ਼ਡਮ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ। ਕਿਉਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਧਰ ਉੱਧਰ ਭੱਜਦੇ ਹਾਂ? ਚੰਗੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੜ੍ਹਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਜਿਸ ਵੀ ਧਰਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੀ ਆਸਥਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਪਣਾ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਰਿਵਰਤਨ ਲਿਆ ਕੇ ਵਾਕਿਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਖੁਸ਼ਹਾਲੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਸਕਨੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹਦਾ ਕਿ ਬਲਿਸਫੁਲਨੈਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਸਪਿਰਿਚੁਅਲ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ AMC ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। 6045076666 ਤੇ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ।